Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime!
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. What's good, fam? Hey, listen, man, first off, let me welcome everybody to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. So I listened to an interview last night. I cannot remember which platform it was on. I apologize for that, man. But I was listening to a Devin Haney interview. Devin Haney was talking about, becoming the WBC, what is he, the interim champion, and what do he think about fighting Lomachenko, the possibility of fighting Lomachenko, and if he doesn't get that fight, how does he feel about it? Devin Haney said something that caught my attention, and I'm seeing that it caught a lot of other people's attention also. But he said that, I guess he heard it from somewhere or something, but the WBC, is thinking about making Vasyl Lomachenko franchise champion. Now, this is the same thing they did with Canelo Alvarez when Jamal Charlo was the mandatory. Jamal Charlo held the interim title, and Canelo Alvarez, for whatever reason, decided he didn't want to fight Jamal Charlo. So now they're considering giving Vasyl Lomachenko, who was a great amateur man, who is a very good talent. A lot of people got him in their pound for pound top 3. Some got him as top #1 pound for pound. You understand what I'm saying? Lomachenko only has 15 professional fights, one of which he lost. And believe it or not, this is the first time that Lomachenko has held the WBC title. He's not been a WBC champion, but for less than 90 days. And they're considering elevating him to the franchise champion. That just befuddles me, man. It got nothing to do with Lomachenko. Nothing to do with him personally. Lomachenko's a good fighter. You understand what I'm saying? But I look at all the WBC champions that are out there. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, what criteria is the WBC going on that they think it'll be a good idea to make Vasyl Lomachenko, a guy who has 15 professional fights, a guy who has never carried the WBC title before until winning against Luke Campbell, to make him franchise champion? Oh my goodness, man. The WBC just be pulling shit out the air. They're the only sanctioning bodies that, would just pick 2 fighters out of a hat and say, we're going to order this fight. You know what I mean? We're going to order such and such, fight this such and such, for this, the blue WBC belt, the diamond WBC belt, the rose gold WBC belt. They got all these belts, man. You don't see the IBF doing that. You don't see, other sanctioning bodies ordering different fights. The WBA is getting a little crazy with all their belts that they're implementing. You know what I mean? But I think the WBC, which many of the boxers today, many of the boxing insiders and boxing pundits, they consider the WBC the most prestigious sanctioning body out there, man. Everybody wants the green belt. Everybody wants to be the champion for the WBC. You know, can't take that away. There's no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? But this move to make Vasyl Lomachenko franchise champion, man, if this happens, you know, which is quite possible, it's just, you know, it's going to cause a lot of controversy, man. You know, a lot of other WBC champions, you know, maybe Deontay Wilder. You know, Deontay Wilder is going on, what, 10, 11 title defenses, you know what I'm saying, which is to be commended. You know, to have that many defenses, you know, has not been done a whole lot, you know, at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Deontay Wilder is finna make history in title defenses for the WBC. You know, is he gonna be considered for this franchise tag, for this franchise championship? You know what I mean? I just find it kind of odd, man, that, you know, Devin Haney would say that unless he got some type of indication that this is what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you got guys who, I'm listening to different guys who say that they do not recognize Jermall Charlo as being full middleweight champion because, you know, he didn't have to fight for the belt, but he was the interim title holder. He was the mandatory for the guy that held the belt, that chose not to fight him. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I heard these guys, you know, say that they don't consider him a real champion. So should Devin Haney be elevated to the full, you know, WBC champion? I guess they won't consider him a full champion either. You understand what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's kind of crazy to me, man. It's kind of crazy to me that the way the WBC moves, man. The WBC moves to the beat of its own drum. They do a lot of good things for boxing. You know, I got to admit. You know, they're in the communities. They're active in communities. The WBC clean boxing program has caught some cheaters. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of good for boxing. So I'm not trying to just, you know, tear them down, man. But I have to admit that some of the things that they do makes you scratch your head, man. Like, where are they going with this? You understand what I'm saying? Where are they going with this? But we will see what will happen, man, if in fact they choose to elevate Vasyl Lomachenko, who is no doubt one of the best fighters in the world, if they decide to elevate this guy who has held the WBC title for less than 60 days, franchise champion. We'll see, man. Well, listen, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. But in the meantime and in between time, I want y'all to stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holla back.